On this week's Waypoint, changes to the league tier system, Riot adopts the all-for-one mode, Worlds will be held in Korea, and a look at some eSports roster changes. But before I get into any of that, let me go jump on my magical time machine and take care of something first. This newly minted star brings her fresh dance moves to the fields of justice and is ready to take the world by storm with her Spirit Rush tour. So if you guys are into the whole Japanese pop star thing, be sure to click right. She's Korean, you ignorant f***! Some people, man, I swear. What's up, guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap for November 14th, 2013. I'm your host, Mike Shapton. So in Season 3, Riot introduced their new tiered league system to ranked and solo team queues. As most of you already know, this was a ladder system with leagues from Bronze to Challenger. Within each league, there are divisions numbered 5 through 1. Now, this was an enormous improvement over the old system, but it wasn't without its flaws. The chief complaint among most players was the immunity rule that stated once you've been promoted to the next tier, i.e. silver to gold or diamond to challenger, you were immune from being demoted back to a lower tier for a set amount of time. Another concern from players has been the small amount of LP that they earn after a successful win. Instead of seeing plus 15 or plus 21 LP, players were seeing lower numbers like plus 3 or even plus 0. So Riot Socrates took to the forums to explain some of the changes that will be coming out in the next few weeks. First up, players should no longer see small LP gains when winning matches, except for rare occasions in higher tiered games such as Diamond 1. This should give players more motivation to continue climbing the ladder and shoot for that next division. Next, Socrates addressed the concern over immunity and stated that after observing player behavior this season, Riot has found that complete immunity leads to poor incentives and abuse of the system. The new immunity system will have a limited amount of games that's currently set to 10, where you are exempt from demotion. After these games have been played and your MMR begins to fall below a certain threshold of your current division, you'll receive a warning. Lose more games and you'll fall into a lower tier depending on your MMR. Finally, the Challenger tier seems to be a little too crowded with just 50 slots available to all the top players that are out there. So Riot has decided to increase the size of the Challenger tier all the way up to 200 players. This should reduce the logjam of players at the top of Diamond 1 who are always falling in and out of the lower spots of the Challenger tier due to how full the current system is. A few weeks ago, an unofficial crack was discovered in the League of Legends client, which allowed a team to pick all of the same champion multiple times. This mode was later taken down and no longer accessible. However, Riot decided to adopt the feature and has developed the one-for-all game type on the PvE. Enabling this mode will make your entire team choose the same champion and allow for some crazy combinations. Players can queue for one-for-all mode in matchmaking and in custom games, and each team is able to ban 3 champions on each side, and then each member of the team is able to vote for the champion that their team should play. After the time is up, if no majority vote is reached, a randomly selected champion will be picked for the entire team. Having team fights where every champion is the same definitely adds a little flavor to the encounter. One for All in matchmaking will place players into Summoner's Rift and force them to try in jungle or lane as best as possible. Note that in matchmaking queues, Karthus and Teemo have been disabled due to balancing concerns. Riot describes when fighting 5 Karthuses, you would end up getting aced approximately every 3 minutes, which isn't very fun. They also described that 5 Teemos would reenact World War I with landmines being planted all over the map. However, both of these champions are available in custom one for all, but beware because facing multiple Teemos is definitely one of the harder team modes. Season 3 is over and I hope that everyone met their goals, but what do you do until the next season opens up? Why not continue to play ranked? Even though you might not think that it'll count towards anything, you should know that it actually does help you out in the long run when you continue to play. Riot released a quick FAQ explaining some of the questions that players might have and how ranked games affect you in between the seasons. Playing games and raising your MMR will actually help you since you'll be seeding accordingly to your skill level once the preseason ends and Season 4 begins. Now, although you'll be able to promote yourself into higher tiers, you won't be eligible for any of the Season 3 rewards until the end of Season 4 next year. However, for those of you that want to take a little bit of a break, Riot has disabled inactivity decay so that you won't fall into lower divisions while you're on vacation. Alright, next up, Redbeard posted on the League of Legends site Monday evening, announcing that the Season 4 World Championships will be held in South Korea. With some of the most devoted League of Legends fans in the world, hopefully we'll be seeing the largest League of Legends event yet. They also announced that the All-Stars event will be held in Europe, so all you fans from the EU should be happy to hear this, since you can keep a somewhat normal schedule and still catch both events. Unfortunately for NA fans, it looks like we're going to be left out in the cold. Attending these events will require international travel, and if you want to watch the events live online, you might need to change your sleep schedule. For newer players, League of Legends is a difficult game to get started in. I think we can say that we've all been there. With many items in the shop and over 150 champions, there's a lot for a new player to learn. Last patch, Riot added circles that represented the tower's range to help new players learn the game. This time, Riot has released a video describing the basic mechanics and roles for the entire game. The video teaches players about the various positions and describes basic objectives such as Dragon, Baron, and Jungle camps. Additionally, Riot touches briefly on minions and last hitting, detailing that it grants XP and gold, allowing you to level up skills and become more powerful. However, the question remains, does Riot plan on continuing to make these videos? Making good tips on warding or jungling or even more? And are these videos really helping new players compared to maybe making a slightly better tutorial system? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, Riot has been doing a much larger job delivering and developing the lore for the characters that we know and love. We've really seen a massive push from them these last few months to present the story to us, rather than just burying it in a wall of text. Having the stories presented to us, instead of needing to read it, is always a great way to deliver individual stories. And that's why services like Audible.com are so great. With hundreds of audiobooks available right now for download, have your favorite stories presented to you instead of reading a 300-page novel. With a plethora of video game-related topics to choose from, there's something for everyone on Audible.com. And if you head on over to audible.com/gamebreaker, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial and even receive a free audiobook to get started right now. Due to the inconsistent performance during Season 3, Velocity has decided to replace their entire roster going into Season 4. A message on the team's official website recounted the ups and downs of Velocity's LCS career and the frustrations that the players have been experiencing. Now, don't take it the wrong way. The players of Velocity aren't being released due to bad performance as individual players. As a matter of fact, Brian Cordry points out this very thing in the message itself. I want to iterate that I think that they are individually extremely talented. All four of them should have no problem taking their skill and experience and marketing it to top teams. What Brian is trying to say here is that what the team really lacked was synergy. Individual skill can only get you so far, and you need a great team of players who can work together flawlessly in order to win games. Unfortunately, Velocity just wasn't getting the results that they were expecting. It appears that Cruzerthebruzer is going to be joining Team Dignitas as their new top laner, replacing Kiwi Kid. After the Season 3 summer split, it was decided that Kiwi Kid would step down as an active member of Dignitas and move into a substitute position. Open tryouts were held on Monday, and the team announced that Cruz would be the new top laner. Cruz most recently played for Team LOL Pro and before that for Team MRN. Dignitas is confident that this new team will bring results for Season 4. Have you guys checked out our revival of Riot Summoner Showcase? If you haven't, every Tuesday we bring you community-featured art, videos, cosplay, and YouTube channels that involve the League of Legends community. It's a great show to find new and exciting League of Legends content to watch and can hold you over until the new Waypoint goes up. If you want to watch our version of the Summoner Showcase, be sure to click right here. Also, if you guys haven't checked out LOL King's League Trends Recap, each week Lindsay Geektron and Cloth5 recap stats from LOL King's database to bring you your weekly trends in top picks, bans, and wins within the League of Legends. So if you haven't checked out that show or their YouTube channel, you can also do so by clicking right here. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. Be sure to check back every week on Thursday for updated League of Legends news. If you guys like this video, please be sure to like and comment below, as it helps spread our audience. And if you want to see more League of Legends content, recaps, and updates, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LolNation TV. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next Waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.